Line up, you fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
The Money Line, we are live, episode 26. I am AJ. I'm here with my guy, Mike Finch. What's up, my bro?
Doing good. AJ, last week I promised you I'd show you the Peruvian necktie, so I made sure to get that up on all social media accounts. You guys could check out the Peruvian necktie for AJ DeVito. I got you, my friend.
I appreciate it, man. I'll be looking more into it. I saw about 3/4 of it, and then we had to fucking get to work over here. But I'll definitely be giving it the full in-depth analysis here in the next couple hours. Good card here for UFC Austin.
Yes,
I'm super excited. Kattar, Emmett at the top. Lauzon, Cerrone matchup. Kevin Holland, Tim Means. Like, the card is sweet. Demiris Magulov taking on Dolidze. Every fight to me has me pretty excited. Like, every matchup has high possibility of action as well. I think we're going to see an entertaining one. We got Adam Piccolotti joining the show around, the 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific. So within the next 10 or so minutes. So it'll be cool to chat it up with him, top Bellator lightweight contender. And yeah, Mike, we got to talk some just random MMA news, I guess, at this point. Askar Mazarikov is done. He called it a career. He was cut from the UFC and decided, listen, I'm finished with cage fighting. What are your thoughts, Mike?
My thoughts are, he says he's done with cage fighting for now, but what if he comes back under another name, AJ? Who knows with this guy? He might mix it up on us, man. Put the mustache on, some glasses. We might not even recognize him at the next UFC.
It's not impossible for him to get re-signed under a whole nother Elias. He makes his debut. He works his way up. He's at 11-0, maybe. He's like looking at like a top prospect. But you know what the problem is? Forget about the name changes, everything like that. He just seems to have a mid-tier ground game. Like, it's just not there.
That's exactly the right take, AJ. It's that his ground game is not UFC ready. His striking looks pretty dangerous, but when he gets taken down, he's giving me that Greg Hardy vibe. That's not what you want to see. I don't want to see a turtle on their back in the UFC in 2022. You got to be able to compete everywhere as a mixed martial artist. And, he wasn't a complete mixed martial artist yet, and look, the guy's changed his record around a lot and lost a lot of respect from fans. And maybe that's part of the retirement here is that he's like, fuck MMA because everybody already hates me. But, to show him just a little bit of love, he's an athletic dude. He's tough. He made his way to the UFC. He just has a lot of holes to patch up, man. It's not that it can't be done. If he still wants to fight, hopefully he can still make money in this sport. Just don't lie about your record, be legit, be an honest person, and he wouldn't be getting all this shit.
Facts. We got some positive comments here. I love this guy, Brazil here. Really like your approach. Well, thank you, Louise, my brother. Much love. Billy Barnes, the producer behind the scenes. Shout out to you, my bro. Love this layout with the interviews. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. We love the layout too.
Shout out to Billy and Kusha.
Let's go.
Killing the layouts.
Dude, the shoey on the fight night was pretty lit, man. You got the Mike live breakdown of it, I guess. The in-depth commentary for the shoey.
I commentate every piece of dog hair that goes down AJ's esophagus. I got you. Absolutely, guys. I'll never do the shoey, but AJ's got you. All right.
Listen, I got you guys all with the shoeys week in, week out. You sit back, you relax, and you enjoy me torture my fucking self over here. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Hey, listen, bro, I'm not gonna kiss you, but I'll blow you a fucking kiss, my guy. God bless, brother. God bless.
Gay Pride Month, AJ. Go ahead.
I gotta give some love, man. I gotta give some love to everybody. What's up, Houdini? How are you, my man?
Houdini Beats. Good to see you, my friend.
Ready to take that tequila shoey? Listen, bro, DM me the video on Instagram, my guy, and I'll pop it up on the next fucking live stream on Saturday. I'll bring it right on the screen, man. We'll watch it live. Let's go.
We'll NFT that AJ with the shoey. Boom. It's
bro, that should be an NFT. Got you. Listen, guys, we're selling it. $500,000.
Support the show.
Support it, baby. Great for the early start this weekend as a European fan. Oh, I bet, man. The UFC pay-per-view card's got to be hell for anybody outside of, I guess, West Coast, United States. Then you start going towards the Eastern Hemisphere. You're in trouble with the UFC events, bro, because they are on at U.S. primetime hours.
Look, man, U.S. company, we get it, all right? We get the fun start times. Sorry. Hey, I'm glad to see how big the frickin' sport is in Europe, though, man. So many people stay up all night to watch these fights. Big respect to you guys. You guys are real fans who staying up all night just to see some fist fights.
It is pretty fucking crazy, right? To stay up that late, and then you're watching the action. The next day, it's over for you. You're waking up at 2 p.m.
Everybody's at work,
Done.
yawning and shit. Yeah, good for you guys actually putting all the way through. I mean, that's real fandom, man. AJ, if the fights were at 3 in the morning, are you staying up?
I guess I have to now, but I would be.
We know
I would hate it. I would hate it, but I would. Yeah, it would suck.
We're the type of people to stay up all night. I stay up all night anyway, so no problem. That shit works.
3 a.m. I could handle, bro. But if it was like fight start at like 5:30 a.m., I'd be like, you got to be kidding me, man. Because then I'd want to sleep a little bit, and then I'd wake up early, and then be tired as hell after the event ends, and maybe re-sleep. That's like I'd have to line it like that.
Yeah, how does it work for you guys in the UK? Is it when's the main event? I'd be interested to hear that. I'm not sure how the time zones match up. Never been over there across the pond.
I'm thinking it's about 6-hour difference from Eastern time, so I feel like the main events are like at 7 a.m. sometimes.
Ooh, okay,
right in the
that
morning.
sucks. That sucks,
right?
I'm sleeping at 7 a.m. I gotta say.
Yeah, same. We're blessed. We got short time until. Oh, I guess we got actually a good answer here, like 5:30 a.m. Okay, that's good to know.
It's like
that's
my
rough.
bedtime.
That's rough, bro. That's rough, but fuck it. It is what it is. Mike Finch on the nocturnal schedule, bro. He's not in circadian rhythm too much. I mean, neither am I, dude.
I don't know why. I don't like that. I like the Benjamin Franklin quote, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I believe that shit. I just like staying up late.
Listen, bro, I can't really argue or actually do anything to like disagree in that sentiment because I'm up late all the time, bro. Like, I don't remember the last time I went to bed before 1 in the morning. Like, that's
shit.
That's like early.
Nice.
That's
That's
early
awesome.
for me.
I'll mess it up so bad that I'll eventually, for a week or two, actually start going to bed at midnight or whatever.
That's great, dude. That's great. Listen, we got short time until our guy comes in here. There's some, I guess, trending topics that I want to bring up. Zabit Magomed Sharapov decides to call it a career. Unfortunate, right?
My heart, dude. I feel like Zabit was a future champion. I feel like Zabit is maybe the best prospect that we never got to see go all the way up and fight for, world titles and, make it all the way through. There are some people who are in other organizations from the UFC who we haven't been able to see compete at the very highest level, but Zabit was there. He was in the UFC. He was beating UFC fighters, and it's just sad to see him leave like that. Now, I respect it. You guys who know me know that I retired undefeated and just hung it up and never, made my way to the UFC and kept going. And people ask me why all the time. I'm sure Zabit's going to deal with that for the rest of his life as well. An extreme talent. AJ, I mean, one of the most talented fighters in mixed martial arts ever, right?
He's an extreme talent. He was definitely really, really, really good. My biggest thing that I feel would have maybe given him trouble towards like a real big moment fight, 3, 4, and 5. He's one of the best 2-round guys in the game. You see him losing third rounds. I feel like if he would have fought the best of the absolute best, maybe it would have been, a little too much. But it's not saying that he couldn't have improved that hold and eventually got better. He could have been a guy that got the belt. We don't know. At the end of the day, it's a pure speculation. I can say yes, I can say no, but we will never know. And unfortunately, he never fought for that title, never got an opportunity, I guess, and didn't want to stick around for much longer. His brother's a fighter. He's doing his thing in Bellator. I'm interested to see where he goes. It's unfortunate to lose a guy with like so much time, it feels like, left. He's young. He's unbeaten in the UFC, and he calls it before. Like, we're not used to that. It's a weird thing, right?
It is, man. He seems like he was in his prime, right? Or at least approaching his prime even, So just all the best to Zabit and a good farewell. Couple funny comments here. Charlie, Zabit hate will not be tolerated. That's all right, Charlie. You won't hear any Zabit hate over here. One thing AJ did say is that Zabit gets tired. Now, that's a fair criticism, but it was like, what, just the Calvin Kattar fight? Is that it? I really think it was a fixable problem, man. I really think that, Zabit could eventually show to be a 5-round fighter. I just, again, didn't have the opportunity to, didn't end up doing it. And then Andy Gonzalez, Yardio, I think he's talking about Yair Rodriguez, has better cardio. He was running from Zabit for 3 years. Andy, do you want to fight Zabit? Because I don't think I'm signing the contract.
I'm not. I'll pass. Dude. Hard pass.
Exactly.
Zabit, dude, he had
world-class talent.
A good 6-0 streak, beat a top guy in Calvin Kattar. We'll never know. It was really the biggest what if ever. Unfortunate to see a what if though. Like I want to have a definitive answer. We're never gonna find out.
Can we just offer him some big money? Somebody shells the beat some big money. Put down the scalpel. To stop being a doctor. You know, just go ahead and give us 2 years as a UFC fighter, please. Zabit, come on, man, come back. We want to see you and Joanna back. Don't retire early on us, guys.
It's time, man. Joanna, I think might have been a better call. I mean, her time like towards challenging belts, it would have been a hard reclimb. So I see why she retired. Now I also want to note big fight announcement. Merab Divashvili takes on Jose Aldo Jr. That's a good matchup. I'm excited to see what happens between those two.
Hell yeah.
Early lean,
fun fight. AJ, who holds Jose Aldo down?
No one.
Who takes Jose Aldo down in the first place? That's hard to do. But once you take him down, you ain't holding him down. That is going to be a really fun fight, man. As soon as somebody shoots a double leg on Jose Aldo, he goes Super Saiyan. Boom, he's kicking those legs back, jacking that overhook up. He is like hitting a brick wall. It's going to be very interesting to see that matchup. I'm a big fan. Before you break it down, I must say, I wanted to see Jose Aldo Dominic Cruz. Damn it, UFC. I wanted to see Aldo and Cruz, but we'll settle.
They went the other direction, unfortunately, man. But I feel like he beats up Merab.
I like the fight, though. That's a good one.
I love it. I'm excited, man. Intriguing matchup for sure. But we do have the guest hopping in, our guy, Adam Piccolotti, making his money line debut.
No lies on me.
Adam Piccolotti, what is up, my brother?
What's up, you guys? How we doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. It's good to have you here.
Yes, sir. We're doing well. I got Piccolotti 2.0 on the show. My man from CSA. Adam, I got to see you score that last win. It was good to see you back after a string of injuries. First things first, Adam Piccolotti is going to be a dad. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Sir.
I loved the announcement on social media. Were those some of your best friends sitting around there? Because I saw your girlfriend, I'm sorry. She announced that it was pretty fun.
Yeah. It was a good time to see everybody take a good 5 to 6 second double take, and they were just so excited to hear the news. So we're pumped.
I mean, big change for you, man. What's the mindset at now that it's going to be Papa Piccolotti?
Yeah. It's something that I guess everyone has to experience uniquely and on their own. I've been hearing everything from horror stories to glory stories about being a dad and having a kid. So I'm just looking forward to figuring it out for myself, me and my girl, and raising a badass little man. And I think the Papa Power is going to be a real thing. I feel beyond motivated as it is just to be the best in the world anyways. But now it's like when I'm doing it, not just for me, not just for my girl, but also for like my future. It's a whole nother level, man. I'm excited to showcase.
That's exciting, man. And big fight for you coming up as well versus Tofik Musayev. How you liking that matchup? You got some thoughts on him? I mean, he's the former Ryzen tournament champion, and he has a win over the current Bellator champ, Patricky Pitbull. So I would say high stakes matchup, title shot potentially on the line for the winner for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Look, that's what we're in here to do. We're in here to fight the best. We're in here to be the best and to take it to the top. Now, that specific matchup, yeah, it pisses me off a little bit, because I understand and respect this guy's record and what he's done, and so do you guys. But the general fans don't. The general fans don't see a number next to his name. Bellator can't seem to figure out and put the number back next to my name. So yeah, I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll fight your tough Azerbaijan, foreigner that I'm sure the other top 10 guys all turn down. Like, I don't care. I'll do it. I'm ready to beat everybody anyway. So it's either now or it's in a few fights from now. So yeah, let's get after it.
Let's go. That's what I like to hear, bro. Ready to fucking murder. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. You're right. The general public that hasn't been following for a long time doesn't know it's a legit fight. And I'm excited to see it because I think it's top lightweights in the world. And that's why I really feel winner of this fight. Probably next in line. Split loss to Sydney Outlaw prior, and now he's fighting for the belt. So you're right there. You're knocking on the door right now.
Can you guys see that? It's a big ass chip that's just sitting right on my shoulder.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You're going to use that chip. That's motivation right there.
That's it.
Adam,
That's
give
it.
me your breakdown of Tafiq. How does Piccolotti match up? How do you beat this guy?
I just be me, man. I just go out there. I be a buzzsaw. I don't let him get comfortable. You know, he's a world-class striker. That's how he's beating all of his, biggest wins. And I just got to go out there and be me, man. Put pressure on the guy and establish myself as a serious threat early in the fight. He better not be sleeping on my hands, or he's going to be sleeping on my hands. And just go out there and play my game plan. Don't let him get too happy and comfortable in there.
Man, I got to see a lot of your training there when Billy Barnes went out and shot that video at CSA. It was very cool to see how you train and talk to your training partners a little bit. I actually saw your coach is putting stuff out on dynamic striking now. And I was looking at that and I should preface it by saying I am a stickler on, what coaches people train with. I really feel like there's only a few great coaches in mixed martial arts. I was very impressed. with the stuff you guys are doing over there at CSA and with his dynamic striking breakdowns. Free plug for dynamic striking. They did not pay me for that, but man, I was seriously, I learned a lot watching, how you guys train and what your coach was thinking there. What is your advantage training at CSA? Why CSA? And you guys were saying you're Piccolotti 2.0, or Chris Gonzalez was saying that anyway. Piccolotti 2.0. Why are you 2.0 now that you're at CSA?
Yeah, the 2.0 and CSA are almost separate, right? That's kind of like the pop of power coming into play. That's kind of just me maturing and becoming myself. I think.
Got it.
I think like without taking credit away from anybody, I was gonna be me 2.0 regardless. However, the reason why I went to CSA in the first place was for a real solid head coach. Somebody like Coach Kieran that was gonna help me with strategy, with game plan, with repeating drills and things that are specific in order to work in specific situations. Like not even one place in particular, but for a long time I felt like I was kind of grinding my gears, and I'm not even putting blame on anybody because all the places I've been are amazing, right? I'm still at AKA, I'm still with Raul. I've even been training with Gilbert Melendez a little bit at his El Nino Training Center, and it was like without that magical piece of that head coach that really knows how to put it all together. I don't think I could find myself the way I have lately. So I'm really excited to get him in the corner. I'm really excited for all the preparation that's been happening, that's going to continue to happen, and to put it on this guy, show everybody.
AJ, did you see who he was training with recently?
I heard that he's been training with the likes of Luke Rockhold, maybe Khabib Nurmagomedov, the legendary. I guess the truth is, man, you got some insight in the training room with Luke Rockhold. I'm not saying give anything away that crosses any lines, but how's he looking? How's this comeback looking? I'm excited. I've been a Rockhold guy for a long time. I remember when he beat Tim Kennedy in Strikeforce. Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know where your position is on Luke or Paula. I feel a little bit of energy in the room, but that's mixed martial arts at its finest. Listen, I love Luke Rockhold, man. Like, he's got a bad rap just on the way that people think he presents himself. And literally, dude, it's just a fact of people like hating on the pretty guy, man. Like, he's just like, he's what every dude like was trying to be. You know what I mean? Luke has been like one of the most solid people at AKA to me for the entire 12 years I've been going to AKA. He's also a Santa Cruz guy, right? I click well Santa Cruz guys. I'm a Half Moon Bay guy. We're in the same. We're like cousins or something like that. So yeah, Luke's been freaking great, man. And it's awesome to see him back in town and to get some rolls in with the guy and just kind of challenge myself with the size and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, the room on AKA has been freaking fire too. So I'm honestly getting best of both worlds. Very blessed.
Hell yeah.
Training with half of Dagestan over there, AJ.
Yeah, dude, that is little Dagestan.
What, man, those guys are all just so solid too. It's like I've known Khabib for years now, man, and it's just like I know he is the legend. He deserves all of the praise and the mystique that's around Khabib. But I just see Khabib, I just see the buddy, the guy that I was lucky enough to watch, come up through the rankings and become the legend he is today. And honestly, to see like how he gives back now too has been something special. It's like that's real inspiring for me.
Hell yeah. And I guess I got to ask about the Khabib top pressure. I believe you've trained with him a lot. I'm curious, what does that feel as compared to, let's say, like a top All-American wrestler that you've competed against, even like a good fighter, like a Benson Henderson, or even like a Carrington Banks, guys you fought in the past? Can you compare Khabib to them in any way?
It's a little different, right? There's obviously like factors that are involved, like, and what I'm mostly referring to is weight, right? Throughout our entire career, when I got my hands on Khabib, it was always, we were never 155 at the same time, so on and so forth, right? Like, he would be bigger, I'd be smaller, vice versa. He walks just bigger than I walk. But with that being said, yeah, his top pressure technique is something special, man. Pretty much all those guys, but Khabib in particular, I always mess around, like, Khabib's calves are like my wrists, right? And his ankles are like my arms. It's like he's just built differently. It's not like he's the most muscular looking dude in the world, but the pressure that he finds and applies is something special. He popped my rib maybe just got to be like 6 or 7 years ago. But literally just running a double into the wall and just me trying to turn, rotate, push the head or anything like that. Boom. That's just how much pressure he had just squeezing in the whole entire time through. So yeah, I felt it firsthand, and I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's made me who I am.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Training with a legend like that. I'm very excited to see your game now coming up too, bro, because this is a solid matchup. And as you said, I think it's being underappreciated by the fans. It's got to get some more love. It's a number one contender fight. I want to jump a little bit towards UFC. Do you have any leans for this weekend? We got Kattar versus Emmett. It's a hell of a fight. Who you liking in this one?
Yeah. Listen, this is a tough one for me to call. I spent some time out in Boston, 2017 or so. Got really close with Lauzon and a couple of the guys out there, Rob Font and stuff. And I never got to meet Calvin or train with him and stuff like that. But like ever since that trip, I was always watching him like a hawk and, appreciating his boxing like everybody else. And I just love the way the dude fights. But then there's Josh Emmett, who's, he's a Sacramento boy. First of all, if you're from Cali, we're usually on the same team. There's a CSA Alpha Male Alliance, right? There's a lot of cross-training that goes on between those two gyms. And once in a while, I get to, take advantage of that. I've got to train with Josh in the past a little bit here and there. And, you see the explosive athlete that Josh is, right? And man, that makes any fight against that dude dangerous. So it's hard for me to really pick, but I'm actually leaning towards Josh Emmett. I think his boxing is sharp enough to not get like completely outclassed with the boxing. But when he makes his counter shots, I think Calvin's going to feel it more.
Let's go.
That's exactly what Emmett was saying, is that, he's like, I spar with pro boxers and you could ask them how I've done against them. I've heard him say things along those lines a couple times. Have you boxed with Emmett? And what are we not seeing with Emmett's boxing? Because Adam, what I see is everybody saying Calvin Kattar's a better boxer.
Yeah. I think it's how you break it down, right? Like you hear a lot of people saying how Nate Diaz is the best boxer in mixed martial arts, but like that doesn't go to show itself. It doesn't play out, right? Like, or even who was that? Back in the day, the Tony guy. But just really strong pure boxing isn't it, and it's something that Coach K always says, and I'm going to steal forever. It's not the best striker that wins in MMA; it's the most effective or efficient striker that wins in MMA, and although Calvin's proven his MMA boxing is one of the best in all of the sport, it's again like it's what I said. It's like it's so close as it is that okay, maybe if they're wearing big gloves and the rounds were to go on into 12 rounds, Calvin starts picking them apart a little bit. That's very possible in a boxing situation, but I just see in an MMA like Emmett's just too much of a beast, man. He's always got that double leg in his back pocket. He throws like there's no tomorrow, and it's hard to believe that a couple of those aren't going to land.
Emmett fought my friend Shane Burgos, and that was a badass fight. And you know what? Yeah. Calvin Kattar likes to move forward too. I've been telling people, they asked me, who are you picking? I think it's a fight of the night. That's what I'm seeing. Is that what you see?
Yeah, 100%. It's like, it's really hard for me to choose anybody. Like it really is. Even like taking any kind of biases out of it, just looking at it like as X's and O's as possible. It's hard for me to really make any kind of choice at all. Like I said, it's so nitpicky that it's like, I think that little bit of explosion and power and aggressiveness from Josh is going to pay off.
I like it, man. I like it. Now, I guess you mentioned Joe Lauzon. He's fighting in the co-main event. Legends matchup. Let's be honest, him and Cerrone.
Yep. Let's go. I'm beyond excited for this fight. Look, I've always liked Cowboy. he's always, you know, been one of the 155ers that I watched growing up. I'm not gonna lie, of course. But so is Joe, and I have personal relationship with Joe, and that guy just inspired me in so many ways in the visit, that when I went out and saw him, stayed with him and stuff, like how to be a legend. You know, he maintained humbleness. He's a good person. You know, he invited me over and his wife cooked dinner for me. Like, I hardly knew the guy, you know, he's just like such a stand-up dude. But then like just like talking with him and chatting with him and picking his brain, it's like the dude's so much more than a fighter, right? I think that's kind of known about Joe, how, you know, he's kind of a nerd, right? Like me. I mean, look at my setup behind me, you know, and I like super nerd. And I love seeing that, you know what I mean? I love seeing that. Cowboy's got his own swag and stuff like that. And look, it's not often I'm picking against Cowboy Cerrone, but you know, when we're talking Joe Lauzon, let's go.
Let's go, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm Massachusetts OG, so like, you know, I have to, you know, give you a little fucking air high five. And then when I gotta ask, because you're talking about the setup in the back, which VR is that in the back right there, bro?
That's the Quest 2. That's the Oculus Quest 2. Yeah, it's just gonna be the future.
Sick, dude. Oh, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to the more fucking mainstream. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Nice. That's a little getaway from training, right? There you go. Smoke a little joint, throw on the headset. I like it. All right. Your teammate, Chris Gonzalez, has a badass matchup, brother. They're putting him in with MMA royalty, the family of the Nurmagomedovs. He gets Usman. Chris Gonzalez versus Usman Nurmagomedov. Do you love it?
I hate it, man. What, are you kidding me? I hate it. You know, like I've been explaining to you guys now my situation, and obviously that puts me right in the damn middle. I didn't know Usman much growing up. He was a kid. Honestly, he was a kid the most of the time I spent training with Islam and Khabib and stuff. But I've always seen him around. Honestly, in the past like year, 2 years, I've like gotten to know him better, and I really like the dude too. He's an awesome guy too. And like I said, he's in that Dagestani squad, which I absolutely just love. I love those guys. So it's a really hard place for me to be, man. And in a situation like this, I just kind of got to put my hands up and let sport be sport, and let these guys go at it. You know what I mean? Like, right now the situation in the training room is I stay out of the sparring room with Usman. You know, I'm not watching him spar. I'm not trying to get any insight on him. I'm not trying to play any sides at all. You know, I'm just there. I'm just grinding, and I'm looking forward to the show. I am looking forward to see what plays out, because that will be a crazy fight. But yeah, it's a tough place to be right now.
AJ, it's his training partner at CSA against his training partner at AKA. This guy can't give us a pick on that one.
No, you can't. Nope. You can't. That's a no-go, and that's a respectable no-go there. As you said, I like it. Let sport be sport. Let them figure it out in the cage, and let the best man win it, because both guys are absolute savages. And I'm looking forward to that Bellator matchup.
Exactly. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good night of Bellator lightweights, to be honest.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited to go there. I'll be live at all the Bellator events. For you guys who don't know, I work for Bellator, so I get to see these guys fist fight live in the cage. I'm cage side with them. Dude, I cannot wait for that one. And, big step up for Chris, and it's good to see it, man. I think that's going to get some limelight, and I think people are going to be talking about that one. Adam, I know you have to go to training soon, but before you leave us, I want you to, first off, is there any other pick you see on this UFC Fight Night card that you think, I'm pretty sure I know the winner?
Yeah, and it's going to be controversial to y'all, but like I see it. I watch it in training every day. Deron Winn, man. He's going to get it done. Yeah, he's going to go out there. I know that Hawes guy had a bunch of steam coming in. I know that dude's super athletic, and I know Deron's short. Everyone wants to talk about it. But look, and I don't see many people like working hard, like the way I see it hard, right? Like Deron Winn works his fucking ass off. And I can say that with confidence and honesty, because I see it, right? And the game plan, the technique, the skill is gonna override any kind of height discrepancies there. And yeah, Deron's getting it done, man.
Let's go. I like that dog attack, man. He's a big underdog. That's a ballsy pick. I like it. I will say I like Deron's abilities too, regardless of this matchup. And I wonder, like, what you think. Do you think he could get to 170?
I don't know. Not really. Like, that guy's a ball of muscle. He really is. I mean, people don't like it just because it's short, but when you see him in person, it's not like you're fat. He has very little actual body fat on him. He just carries a lot of weight, carries a lot of muscle. He's very dense. But look, that guy's probably been wrestling tall guys his whole entire life. Really, the thing that Deron's just going to have to come into his own as a mixed martial artist is getting that range, you know, just getting past those big long strikes. And I think somebody like explosive athletic like this Hawes dude isn't the guy to get Deron. I think somebody who's like a little bit more slick on the outside, maybe with some technical type of like Izzy-esque striking is more dangerous for a Deron. I think Deron's forward pressure is he's gonna get his hands on this dude.
So I would prefer to see Deron win in that little phone booth of a cage they have over there at the Apex. I don't think that's what he's about to get. I think they're in Austin this weekend. They're going to have the big cage. So it's going to allow Hawes to move around a little more. He's fighting a wrestler. So you believe that his wrestling is that much better than this wrestler, that he will be able to out-wrestle the wrestler in this mixed martial arts context?
Yeah, I definitely do. But you just said the key. It's like if they run into do a wrestling match, you know, maybe it'll be one takedown to none. But when we're talking, the guy's gonna be trying to take Deron's head off at the same time. Right. Deron's gonna be able to put him on his head. So I think, you know, the MMA wrestling is just so different that it's like, even though you're fighting against a wrestler, it's like who's Hawes gonna be that night? Is Hawes gonna be the wrestler that night, or is Hawes gonna be the striker that night? It's probably gonna be the striker. You know?
It seems like he's going to try to be the striker, right? And so that's an interesting one. You might have changed my pick, Adam. Thank you very much for that insight, dude. So you really believe in his forward pressure and his wrestling. People are underestimating Winn.
Yeah, he's got a really good like I don't know. I kind of like to call it like the peekaboo, right? Like Tyson's peekaboo approach, where he's always ducking and throwing high and ducking and shooting and putting it together real. He covers ground like, especially for an 85er, like really fast. So yeah, man, I got Deron.
There it is. Tell the people, Adam, where can we find you? Where can we keep up with Piccolotti 2.0? Papa Piccolotti. How do we stay up with you, man?
Yeah, just come through the Instagram, guys. It's the easiest way. Adam Piccolotti. No secrets here. I'm just I'm grinding away, and I like to show you guys as much as I can while doing it. Stop by, say what's up. I'm a very friendly person, so I'm around.
Let's go. My guy, dude. Thank you for being here. And I'm glad I got to get a little pre-fight talk from you. We got some picks from the man himself. Big fight coming up, man. I'll definitely be tuning in. Got a big July ahead. Baby coming. Win here. Title shot coming. Things are looking up for you, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's it. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for being here, my brother. Adam Piccolotti, ladies and gentlemen, my guy. Peace, brother.
Peace, you guys.
All eyes on me.
Guys, we're gonna get right into the picks. We're in the opposite positions, man, and we're starting off with the matchup.
There we go. There we go. We switched stances around here.
That was slick.
Not just orthodox.
Slick. No, we're bistantial, as Sean O'Malley says, bro. That was good. Like, listen, we're jumping right into the fight that we were having Adam talk about. This is great timing. I do got to say to the people, smash the hell out of the like button. Smash the likes, brother. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn those post notifications on. Keep it locked in here at MMA Experts. We had a nice the jump start. We had a good little intro, had the interview with Adam Piccolotti. He gave some of his takes. You got some pro picks. And now it's time for Mike and I to give our takes on each of the matchups on this card. I'm very much looking forward to it. Mike, Deron Winn, you're saying is kind of being the pick now? Is that the side you're leaning?
Man, I doubled down with you. You're lucky I didn't throw you under the bus, because when he was live, I was like, hey, in my head, I'm thinking AJ's picking Hawes, man. I should just throw AJ's ass under this bus
Don't
right
feel
now.
bad if you have to, bro. I wouldn't. I would stick to my guns. I'll say, listen, I like Deron Winn. He's a good fighter. I appreciate you not, but I would have been quick to answer, man. I think Deron Winn's good. I really do, but I think he's best suited for 170 pounds. Regardless of how much lean muscle tissue he has, I think if he could get to 170, it's a lot better for him. 5'6", if you want to be the best of the best, 185 is not the weight class for it, man. It's too difficult. These guys are 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11". Like, that's a big size discrepancy. Even at 170, Deron would be short. His wrestling is A1. I would say he's probably the better pure wrestler than Phil Hawes. But Hawes is a more dangerous striker. He's better from distance. He has power. Let's not sleep on the power. Deron Winn's hittable down the straight, right down the line. Does he move well? Yes. Will he do better against less explosive mass monsters at 170 as opposed to 185? Absolutely. I think that the weight class at 185 is not the right one for Deron. He's good. He's damn good. but I think Phil Hawes is going to get the nod because Hawes is damn good too. He was looking nasty against Chris Curtis up until he got cracked. And Chris Curtis is proven to be pretty damn good too.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and Hawes, again, he can wrestle too, So when Winn shoots on him, it's going to be tough. You guys are killing me. Look, I picked Hawes. I should stick with it, but Piccolotti made some good points there with the level changes and the overhand rights. He could work his way in. I like the if he could just get a hold of him and make this a wrestling match, I do think he wins that wrestling match. The problem is they're in the big cage. That's what I was telling Piccolotti, is that when they're in this big cage, Hawes can move left, move right, move back. It's going to be harder to get to him. Shit, it's a tough one for me to pick. I'm going to stick to my guns and go Hawes. My sincere apologies to Adam Piccolotti. If Piccolotti is right, we'll let him know. We'll give him his bragging rights. Yeah? He said it here. So maybe the bookies and us are not seeing what he's seeing in the training room. And I'm going to be very interested to see how this one plays out. Can't wait to watch this one live. I'll have my popcorn ready early.
Yes, dude. It's going to be a night of popcorn and violence, bro. I can't wait for Saturday. Good fights, great action, and a good live stream coming too from me. Now, I want to give the lines. Right now, my bookie has the lines listed at -270 for Phil Hawes and +210 for Deron Winn. I like the possibility of Hawes getting a win, but I don't love any of the props in this matchup. The over 2.5, I don't like. The under 2.5, I don't like. I'm not 100% entirely sure this fight doesn't go distance. Hawes to win, money line is wide. Hawes by KO TKO around +135. Hawes by decision +200. I'm not liking these props, dude. I'm not really liking a bet on this fight.
Wide, guys. My money's staying in my pocket on this one.
I don't love a bet here. I think Hawes should win. Money line would be the way to go if you are picking it. The knockout prop is okay. I think that Hawes does get the hand raised. Money line parlay piece, maybe if you want to add a little juice to the sales at the end of a parlay, Hawes could be somebody to add in. I'm picking it. Phil Hawes for the win.
Phil Hawes for the win. I'll double down with AJ. However, Piccolotti really gets to be in the training room, guys. If Piccolotti's thinking that, because he gets to see him training with Luke Rockhold and all these guys, man. I think it could be interesting if Winn could get that under over, put this thing on the fence, make it a fight. I think maybe those odds are a little too wide for me to place a bet on this one.
Yeah, I agree. Let's keep running. This next one, we talked about off air a little bit. It's Roman Dolidze versus Kyle Daukaus. Matchup of pretty good grapplers on both sides in the middleweight division, but I feel like Dolidze is less with the hands, less quality boxing. Daukaus, he's the brother of Chris Daukaus, and Chris can box, Philly guy. I think the stand-up favors Kyle Daukaus. I think that the physical strength department is going to go Dolidze. The pure grappling technique is extremely competitive. So this is a matchup that's interesting to me. Dolidze doesn't make the best decisions in fight, and he's a guy that's willing to grind out a win. I don't think that'll be easy to do against Daukaus. I don't love the matchup. I don't love the pick, but I do think Kyle Daukaus should be the smarter fighter and go towards winning a smart decision here and getting Dolidze out of here. Maybe Dolidze gasses as well, and Daukaus is able to lock some up late. I think Kyle Daukaus is more of a finisher than Roman Dolidze as well.
Dolidze looks like, he came out of a cave and he's got a loincloth on and a club, bro. That guy just looks like man strength, and Daukaus the exact opposite, right? So I think there could be a problem there on the floor, especially with Dolidze in the top position. With that being said, Daukaus a little smarter, right? I like what you said. You didn't like the decision-making. You told me this off air, the decision-making of Dolidze, and Daukaus can get it done, man. It was a beautiful Darce choke he hit in his last fight, and I believe it was against Pickett, right? And man, I think he's pretty sharp on his feet as well. I do see what you see, which is Kyle Daukaus just taking it away with the striking and then being competitive enough to at least keep this bear off of him. So I'll bet against the chest hair this time. Let's go Daukaus, but I do think it's a decision. I think it's a good fight.
I like it, man. Odds for this matchup as of right now, of course, Daukaus is going to be the favorite. He's -250. Roman Dolidze +195. If we look towards playing a prop here, do you like the over 2.5 at -150, Mike?
I think so, because I think Dolidze is going to get a takedown or two here. I think he is going to be able to impose his grappling a little bit, which will make this thing competitive. Daukaus can submit you. So that would be the thing that I'd be watching out for is, does Daukaus wrap a choke up? I'd be interested to see that. But I'm going to guess, and I picked a few finishes on this card. There's another one I think is going all three.
Okay. Just to note it, Daukaus by decision plus 160, Daukaus by submission plus 265. But propping it up is risky territory. And I do think Kyle Daukaus should get the win. I'm going to say decision. If he did get a late finish, I wouldn't be absolutely shocked, but I feel like it's going all three.
Jay's in here saying Dolidze plus win equals lock parlay. My God, this man's got balls. All right. Do it, bro. And God bless you. All right. If you get that one, please come back next week and let us know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely let us know. But I don't think the likelihood is very high. I don't think so. But
that is not our advice. Yes,
no.
I'm taking the other side.
Yeah, other side on both. Dude, fun fights to start it off, man. I like the matchups, and it's interesting to see Daukaus at the second fight of the night. Like, it's a good card because I feel like Daukaus has been in relatively decent spots. A fair amount of fights. Hawes, same type of thing. We got good fights. Next one, let's jump up to it. It's Eddie Wineland versus Cody Stamann. Mike, do you think Wineland is too far past his prime? Do you think Cody Stamann has the ability to turn it up? Because he's on a 3-fight losing streak. It's an interesting fight.
Cody Stamann's a great wrestler. Cody Stamann's an explosive guy. He's much closer to his prime than Eddie Wineland. I have done commentary with Eddie Wineland. I'm friends with him. He's a phenomenal guy, mutual friends as well. So Eddie Wineland's going to absolutely kick my ass when he sees this pick here, especially if he wins by knockout. I'll be a real jackass. But look, Stamann is just way closer to his prime. I think the takedowns could be there for him. At this point in his career, let's be honest, Eddie Wineland is more of a just takedown defense and box type of guy. He's less of a threat in other areas where I think you would want to see somebody who can present more problems to Cody. So I'm going to have to go with the young gun here. I'm going to go against my guy, Eddie Wineland. Eddie, please don't fuck me up for that. I'm sorry.
All right,
trouble, dude. I'm in trouble.
I
living in Huntington Beach around all these fighters too. Like Eddie doesn't live here, but I'm going to get my ass kicked one of these days.
So somebody's going to give Mike Finch a good fucking low kick, bro. He's going to get a little punishment for these picks, but I think he's correct on this one. Cody Stamann, I think, gets a knockout win over Eddie Wineland. He's going to mix in the takedowns, and what's going to happen is Eddie's going to get caught by a hook in the second round. I feel like with Eddie Wineland, he's very confident in his striking abilities, and he looked good against John Castaneda, got caught, got put out. He can still have successful moments, man. It's definitely not impossible, but let's be honest, bro. Stamann's wrestling's a big problem, and dude, he's a younger guy. Wineland's chin is there to be hit at this point. He doesn't have the iron anymore. In his prime, he'd take the bigger shots. Now, going out, seeing him get dropped, a guy that wasn't easy to finish earlier on, and now 2 in a row. I don't like back-to-back knockout losses, especially when a guy's relatively out of his prime. I'm going Cody Stamann to actually get the KO.
If you guys study Eddie Wineland's game, he likes to stand up pretty tall, but he's also in a deep stance. So his posture is high, right? But he's in that deep stance. So what he does to get out of the way of punches is he uses his feet. So if he's going to make that left hook miss, it's not because he's weaving the left hook like a boxer. He's just going to float back. He's going to move his feet back, pop, pop, and that's where he's going to be able to counter punch and whatnot. And I do think he's able to avoid that hook, AJ. I think what comes into play here is the wrestling. I think Stamann being a wrestler, getting some takedowns, making this thing ugly will eventually accumulate on Eddie Wineland. But we got some hilarious comments here. Eddie Wineland has money on Stamann. Get out of here, Raw Torque. How dare you, Raw Torque? He's out here trying to get this cash money. Let me give you guys just a little tidbit, which is that I have a mutual friend. I've trained under him a little bit. I don't want to call him my coach, but he certainly coached me before. Bob Hemrich. Bob Hemrich has been training with Eddie Wineland consistently for this camp. I love to see Eddie Wineland training with his longtime striking coach again, because Bob Hemrich is a genius, man. He's very, very technical, and I do think he's going to prepare him specifically to box with Cody Stamann. That is why I'm going to go ahead and say this thing is gonna go all three, and it'll be the wrestling that makes the difference.
Okay. I like it, Mike. We're on the same side. Ultimately, it's not a valuable bet because the line is disgustingly wide. Minus 530 over on my bookie. Eddie Wineland's the plus 380 underdog, but minus 530. That's not really a playable money line tag. Of course, it can be like a wide, parlay, maybe Hail Mary where you add it in towards, the back end. I don't even like the over 2.5 minus 150. We could see a KO. Stamann to win by decision is the Finchman's pick, minus 120. Stamann to win by KO, which I'm saying is plus 225. But I don't like it. The betting side here is just not attractive to me, to be 100% real. I think Stamann gets to win. I think he could be one of your long shot parlay pieces, but he's definitely too wide to money line up unless you're Drake and you're throwing, $500,000 at it. That's it. That's it.
You just like losing money. I think Drake just likes burning all that money. He got too much,
Yeah, I think that those bets are fabricated. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. Call him out, AJ.
I'm telling the
Call
truth,
him out.
bro. Listen, Drake, my guy. Do a little film study before you place those big bets. Come on.
I remember him with the Irish flag, walking out with Conor McGregor. Drake, you're killing us, bro.
We knew it was over for Conor after that moment, dude. The Drake curse came in.
Drake, you're from Canada, bro. You're from Canada. Where were you when GSP was fighting, bro?
He didn't even know what MMA was, man. He said, oh, what does he do? UFC?
Come on, man. Your guy from frickin' Montreal. Or what is Drake from Toronto? That's right. That's what it was.
Toronto, yeah.
He don't mess with no Montreal guys. No. You see, he goes Toronto or Dublin. That's all.
That's it. Those are the two. Those are the money spots. We're going Stamann, but the line's hideous. It's a hideous line. Straight up. Ugly as fuck. Let's keep running up. Ricardo Ramos versus Danny Chavez. I'm excited for this fight. And the lines suck for some of these early fights. Like, it's super wide. And I don't think Chavez deserves to be this big of an underdog. He's live. You just had a draw with Kai Kamaka, who's pretty damn tough and solid, right? Ramos has a questionable fight IQ, but he has really good technical abilities and talent. I like the kickboxing a ton, but there's moments where I'm saying, what are you doing? I remember in one of his fights, he's doing a rear leg behind the back leg kick. I'm like, high risk, zero reward, because you're barely doing damage with the technique. But I really like Ramos, man. He gives me the Oliveira vibe, like a young Oliveira. Yes, he doesn't have the jiu-jitsu, but he gives me that flair, that, I don't know, ability that I see in the future success. Danny Chavez is more towards, I guess I would say, the relative back end of his career. I don't want to say his career is over. I mean, he's 11-4-1. He's just lost one fight as of recent, and that was in the UFC, and that had a draw. But he's 35. Ramos being 26, I expect a consistent improvements. In the most recent bout, lost to Zabir Tuhugov, tough fight. Before that, he beat Bill Algeo, who's pretty decent. Danny Chavez is difficult in this matchup. Definitely wide stance striker, hits hard, tough, durable. Ramos has to be ready to go all three. I'm going to pick Ramos to win by decision, but the line here is way too wide. Way too wide.
You were saying that you like that Chavez and Kamaka draw, that gives you some confidence. I think Kamaka beat his ass, bro. Kamaka was taking that lead leg. The only reason that thing was a draw was because of the fouls. If you remember, AJ, what did he do? He kicked him in the nuts. He poked him in the eye. Kamaka was just out there a little too wild, right? So that's what ended up happening with that one. Look, I think Ramos has a nice low kick to deliver here, because the way Danny Chavez stands, he likes to stand almost like a Diaz brother, where the lead foot is sideways and the whole sciatic nerve is exposed. You could get around almost to the hamstring. You could kick him to, because of the way he stands. I think that's going to be open. And then when Chavez starts engaging, I don't think he's going to have the juice on the floor, man. I think Ramos is going to be able to get him on the ground, slap on a rear naked choke. And look, my buddy, the human backpack, give a shout out to Manny Vasquez. Much love from the Moneyline, Manny Vasquez. He was able to strangle Ricardo Ramos. So I've been watching him for a while. I'm not overhyped on Ramos. I just really think that he's going to be an ugly matchup for Danny Chavez. I think he's taking that neck. First round rear naked choke.
First round rear naked choke from the Finch, man. That is a ballsy call, my guy. Let's see what the odds are looking like. My bookie has minus 290 for Ramos. Danny Chavez plus 230 as the dog. You don't like the over, obviously. So under 2.5 is plus 155 on Mike's side. I kind of think it's going long, but I'd rather money line Ramos, if anything. Ramos to win a decision is minus 110, but the Finchman's pick, Ramos by submission, is plus 400. It's a wide tag, Mike. You're sniping that bad boy out. Maybe it's one to
bro.
Play
we got the rifle out. Let's go.
He's locked and loaded. Finchman shooting. You're shooting, bro. Shooting heavy. I like it, bro. I like it. Listen, I'm going Ramos for the win. It's not impossible by the sub. The value is great. If I'm not playing the submission prop, I might add a parlay piece of Ramos for sure. I definitely think it's a valuable addition in a matchup he should be, favorable in. But I just don't love it, man. There's still moments where I think Ramos fights stupid. He's good, but there's moments where he doesn't make the best decisions. The ability is definitely there, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him. That's definite. I'm going Ramos with you.
He's a prospect to watch out for. It's just that the way this matchup comes together, I think the strengths of Ramos are going to come out, and I think that you'll see a performance from him that will make you put him into that mix.
Let's go. Let's go. Mike, with the same pick as I. Have we disagreed on any yet? No.
I wanted to go on the other side of that Hawes one, but
No,
you convinced me back, AJ. You're a convincing guy. I don't know.
I
do think that our man's a little short for 185. I think you're making a good point. Piccolotti, that's the first thing he said. Remember, it's the first thing he said. He's like, everybody says he's too short. AJ's like, me.
Yeah.
Me.
I was like, hey, I said that. Let's go. Let's keep running up the card. Ladies here, Mariah Oliveira versus Gloria Di Paula. Mike, what do you think about this matchup? Are you feeling Di Paula as a prospect? Do you like Oliveira's chances here? Give us the breakdown.
I think Di Paula's a prospect. Look, I think she needs to get better at wrestling. I do see some holes in her game. But again, it's all about how you match up, right? And so when you really break down this matchup, I think she's going to be able to do what she wants on the feet. And I think she's going to be able to do what she wants on the ground. I don't see, Gloria Di Paula did get dominated on the ground against Ufre. DC doesn't like how she, what's the quote? She's never been an athlete in anything prior. So DC was like, you need to learn how to win and lose playing Pee-wee, football. She's got respectable Muay Thai, but, AJ, I actually did hear your breakdown about this one. You like her straight punching. I think she leads with kicks too much.
Okay.
I sparred Asif Oscar, one time, professional fighter, Bellator fighter. And I was trying to kick him first. And the way a pressure striker can just come forward on you when you lead with kicks with your combinations is crazy, man. He pushed me all over that cage. So, I learned many years ago, hey, it's great to set up your kicks with punches, and the way she kicks first all the time, it could get her taken down. It could get her in bad spots in the cage. She could lose her real estate. The problem is it's Maria Oliveira. So I think that, Oliveira can push you back, but you can out grapple her. So while I do think Di Paula might be on the back foot a little bit too much in this fight, she does have the big cage to move around in. And then I think she's got it on the floor. I'm going to lean Gloria on this one, AJ. I think she's going to get it. It wouldn't be crazy to say submission, but let's go safe. I'll go 3-round decision.
Okay. Listen, I definitely think that's possible. Maybe I was overhyped in the moment, but I feel like the hands of Oliveira aren't great. They're lackluster, right? She doesn't seem to carry much punching power. Di Paula is a powerful striker, I feel. I think she could hurt her, man. And there's also quit in Oliveira. We saw her quit on the feet after getting elbowed by Marina Rodriguez on the Contender Series. Said, listen, I'm done. Called the fight. That to me is extremely concerning. I won't back a fighter that is quitting in that type of position. Okay, maybe a fighter that's grounded, getting his face elbowed in or her face elbowed and they tap. Okay, I can understand that side.
GSP tapped due to strikes against Matt Serra.
So I can't knock him for that. That moment, though, I don't like, especially on the Contender Series. Di Paula, Winn. I'm saying inside of the distance. I'm going to go the knockout side. I think she can touch up Oliveira, maybe put her down, maybe make her quit, crack her with a nice elbow, and she says, listen, I'm done. And especially because it's wide. If you just look at the money line odds for this matchup, they're not great. -270 for Gloria Di Paula, +210 for Mariah Oliveira. But if you look towards, hey, I want to play that prop, Di Paula to win inside of the distance is +315, or you go Di Paula to win by KO +600. But Mike, note this. You said submission's possible. It's +1400 for Di Paula by sub.
What? Oliveira is not good enough on the ground, guys. I think Oliveira's got some holes in that ground game. Now, in researching her, I did actually watch some old fights, and you try not to put too much stock in those. Those are many years ago. We got to watch her most recent fights to give her credit. She hasn't been good at jiu-jitsu for a long time. I could tell you that. If she got good at jiu-jitsu, it's recent because, that's not her style, man. No. That is way too wide. So just because it's mispriced, it might be something to attack.
Listen, Andy brought up such a great fucking point here. Yes, man. Quitting by strikes and the chance of your life tells you a lot of a fighter. See, that's what I'm thinking. It was the Contender Series. UFC title fight, you're getting the shit beat out of you. But Contender Series fight, that's like the moment for your dream. And then we saw her break standing. I don't like it. I could never back her. I haven't picked her yet. I won't be picking her here. I'm going Gloria de Paula. KO, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh shit. Okay, you like Gloria de Paula's hands better than me. I'll be interested to see what that looks like because in her last fight, she didn't knock my socks off with the punching. But we'll see. I think you actually pointed out you criticized Oliveira's hands and complimented de Paula's hands. I'm interested to I'll be watching through that lens.
Let's go, my brother. Let's go. That is a good fight. The ladies going after it. My girl, Gloria de Paula, I think she gets it done over Mariah Oliveira. Mike agrees. Let's jump to the next one. Jasudavicius takes on Karine Silva. I believe I said the right name. Did I say the wrong name for Silva? My apologies. It's Natália Silva. Karine Silva was last week, man. That's his habit there. But I got Jasudavicius right. You don't know how many times people have been shitting on the pronunciation of Jasudavicius that I just always mix it up. But we got it proper here. It's a good matchup. I'm excited to see it. Unknowns with Silva, a lot of them. She hasn't fought in nearly 2.5 years. You look at the fights, they're over in Jungle Fight in Brazil. She can bang, but sometimes overly brawls, right? Seems like a little bit of a wild striking style. Will sit in the pocket and mix it up too much, which I just take as being raw for the most part when you sit in brawls like that. Whereas Jasudavicius seems to have a pretty competent game. She works behind the jab, quality Muay Thai. I believe she's going to be quality overall. I think she's a pretty well-rounded fighter, and I think she's going to find a lot of success here. I feel like the jab's going to be a difference maker. A lot of unknowns with Silva, though, because we don't know in 2.5 years what leaps and bounds she's made.
True.
Debut in the UFC. We haven't seen her against like that upper echelon competition in the UFC. This is her debut fight. I'm going to go Jasudavicius by proven, right? She's a proven fighter. Silva's many unknowns. What do you think, Mike? Do you think that Silva maybe is a live dog here?
Yes, because she's really good on the ground. She has great arm bars. She's able to finish girls by submission. I do think she's better with jiu-jitsu than Jasudavicius is. But, you know, Natália Silva is going to get beat up on the feet. I see what you're seeing with that. You know, she's not... she doesn't have as many weapons. She's not quite as explosive. She's not as confident in striking. When she does get in a tough fight, she starts looping her punches and leaving her chin out there to be tagged with counters. And Jasudavicius might get that TKO, man. She might knee this girl in the face. You know, her Muay Thai is better, and that'll be a big problem for her. Big cage, I always prefer the strikers because, you know, you can't get to that wall too soon. However, Silva's good on the ground. Be careful. If the odds are crazy wide on submission, a little sprinkle on a Silva submission's not nuts, man. She could be getting beat up in this fight and slapping armbar on. I'm not crazy. I'm going Jasudavicius, and we're agreeing again. How the hell? We're agreeing again. We're doubling up.
Mike's agreeing with me, man. I'm an agreeable guy, bro. I'm easy to agree with, I think, Mike. Looking at that submission prop, I'm going to note it out for you. For Karine Silva. What the fuck, bro? I keep saying Karine Silva. Natália Silva. Mamma fucking mia. Natália Silva to win, right? By the submission, as you noted off here, is sitting at plus 650 value. So it is extremely wide. And I mean, Mike said it's not impossible. Likelihood low. Moneyline odds. Jasudavicius minus 250 over at MyBookie. Natália Silva plus 195. I am going with the Jasudavicius side. She's a big favorite, but I do think she gets it done. And I see her hand getting raised. Probably going all three. Not impossible to get a TKO.
Yeah, I'm not familiar that Silva's ever been finished, so you would guess decision, right? But yeah. I think Jasudavicius is going for that knockout. She's going to go for it.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Mike. Let's go. We're on the same side in every fight. Do you think that we will disagree any way up, Mike?
I think so. I think so. I always try to watch your show. I can't remember your main card picks too well, but okay. I think so.
All right. Let's see, Mike. We're gonna find out here. Coming up next. Good matchup. I'm just double checking something here. All right, I thought
Reeves, if Mike calls enough long shot subs, he's going to nail one and look like Nostradamus. Thank you, Josh Reeves. I've had a lot of nicknames on this show, and Nostradamus I will add. I really appreciate that.
Nostradamus, bro. That's great. Nostradamus. I like that one. Let's get to the next matchup. It is Court McGee versus Jeremiah Wells.
Nice.
Wells is an explosive powerhouse who comes out fast with a fucking vengeance. Now, UFC competition, impressive win over Warley Alves, and then he fought Blood Diamond, who is a really good striker, but come on, man. He's a kickboxer that's doing MMA, and he's very new to it. Obviously, he has the hype train, Adesanya, the champion, so he's going to be, I'm not saying Adesanya's a hype train, but he's got the hype behind him, right? The train is pushing him along. Wells kind of killed it early. Killed that hype before it even had a chance to take off. It didn't even leave the station yet. We got about 5 feet out from it, and it derailed. Now, Court McGee, opposite Jeremiah Wells, is a proven gritty veteran who can take shots, he can give it, and he can definitely wrestle too. His overall game is quality. I like Court McGee's confidence. I like Court McGee just as a human being, has come and surpassed his addiction, right? And has come back from that. Yeah. This is a fighter's fighter.
Great story.
I like Court McGee a ton, guys. I'm going Court McGee to win. I think he'll weather the early storm of Wells, who's going to come out hard to start. I think Court McGee getting a win by decision is fairly likely here. It wouldn't be impossible for him to lock up maybe a sub either of a tired Jeremiah Wells, but definitely going the McGee side.
Fuck that. Jeremiah Wells is knocking his ass out, AJ. I think the difference is too big here. We're going to see Court McGee start getting towards the end of his career now. Court McGee's only going to slow down, become more of a grappler, and I think Wells is right on the other side of it. We got to see some more explosive shit from Wells. And you know what else I liked? I know he fought the worst grappler in UFC history in his last, well, not Greg Hardy. He fought the bad grappler in Blood Diamond. But I like that Wells was able to get out there, and Jeremiah Wells was able to dominate somebody in grappling, really get to feel that. And I think that clinching is going to help him because Court McGee is going to want to get a hold of him, going to want to drag him onto the ground. And Court McGee getting him on the ground is a big problem. I don't think he does it. I think Wells' speed is too much. I think that movement is going to help him. He's going to time Court McGee, blast him with a big shot, get him out of there. Wells, knockout.
Damn, you're not believing in that Court McGee chin, bro? He's only got 1 KO loss. That's what I'm banking on too, is that chin, bro.
I got you. And you know what? He actually trains John Hackelman and all of the great kickboxers over there at Slow Kickboxing. You guys ever see Chuck Liddell's tattoo? It's the skull with the boxing gloves on, right? That's their gym, man. They are all dogs. They're all tough as hell. You can't put those guys out. Chuck Liddell in his 40s got put out. Don't start talking about that with me. I'm talking about the Chuck Liddell who could take a Pele head kick and keep on coming. Guys, I think Wells, if they competed in athletics, this is Court McGee doesn't show up to the track meet. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference here. Wells is now getting a little bit of seasoning and finally is going to start performing, I think, better. I just think that people are unfamiliar with the speed and explosiveness difference here. And I think it's going to show. AJ, good point. Hard to finish Court McGee. Am I nuts? Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy though. Dude, listen, I was high on Wells. I picked him over Blood Diamond. I picked him. I believe I might have picked him over Warley Alves to start out. I don't remember if I did. I'm like 80% sure I might have. Don't know though. Somebody look back on that video and tell me if I'm wrong, because I might be overhyping myself here, but I may have. The knockout loss was Ponzi, right? Prime Ponzinibbio slept him. That's why I'm like, damn, bro, that's 1 knockout loss over all the fights, and that includes the Ultimate Fighter. I'm going to bank on McGee grinding a decision. But if Wells does knock him out, I would be impressed. And he does have the power to do so. Everybody can be slept.
Absolutely. Admit to me, McGee, a gatekeeper.
Of course. I'm not disagreeing at all, bro. I'm not like saying, listen, totally wrong. Court McGee, he's the future champ. He's knocking out Khamzat Chimaev. No.
Just shut this stream down.
Listen, turn it off. No. I think that McGee, maybe like a vet type performance, gritty, takes big shots. And I feel like Wells might over explode in the first. Could be totally wrong. The Finchman side, the Wells knockout side, I like it too. Which right now, Wells by KO is probably fairly decent prop. As far as the money line odds, I'll list them off for you guys. -120 for Court McGee, -110 for Jeremiah Wells. It's a pick'ems fight, guys. It's a pick'ems fight. Wells to win by KO, which I think is his most likely method of victory, sitting at +400. Now, McGee to win by decision, only +160. Prop side of things, more value on that Wells KO. It's not impossible to do, but note that McGee has only been KO'd once. Mike's picking it. I'm not shafting the pick. It's definitely a possible outcome. I'm going McGee by decision, though, on the other side. And what should be an interesting fight.
Absolutely. And finally, we're on the other side of a pick. There you go.
Finally, bro. Finally. I was waiting for it, man. Can't agree with you all night long, man. We'll just agree on the correct ones, bro. The definite correct ones. Let's go.
Our guy, Kevin El Basri, McGee's going to win. McGee's going to out-grapple him way bigger. He's a weight bully. You guys with this term, weight bully. I guess so, man. Kevin, I just thought it was very helpful for Wells to be able to get that UFC experience of dominating somebody in grappling. If he could just get him off of him, right? McGee's going to be like a magnet, and he's just want to keep that magnet off of him while he's coming in, tag him with that big hook, a big right hand. I'm against you guys. We'll see.
Obrigado, brother. Obrigado. Let's keep running up. The featured prelim of the night, Adrian Yanez versus Tony Kelley. Woo! Tony Kelley was in a bit of hot water after some things he said. Recent fight. He was in the corner, and let's just say he made a statement that wasn't well liked. I'm not going to go into details. Everybody in the fight game knows it. Now, nothing about the pick is based off that. What I'm actually going to say is Tony Kelley is a hard fight. He's not a bad fighter, man. Never been finished as a professional. Pretty decent kickboxing game. He's got decent pressure. He's athletic. His kicks are solid. Yanez, definitely the crisper boxer. I feel like has the upward momentum and future contender like written all over it. Gives me the Masvidal-esque vibe. But I feel like Tony Kelley might surprise people for going the distance here. I'm going to be picking Adrian Yanez, win by a decision. I think the boxing's definitely better. I think he's going to land more significant strikes, and I think he gets to UD at the end of it all. You kind of feeling the same way, Mike?
Yeah, Tony Kelley should work that lead leg with kicks. I do think that he'll make it competitive, but the big moments will go to Yanez, man. I've been more and more impressed with Yanez. The more I've seen him, he's letting his hands go. He's confident. I think he's going to smack him up, man. I think Yanez is going to get those hands going. Is it a knockout? Is it a decision? That's tough for me. As AJ says, it's not easy to finish Tony Kelley. Just because of that, I'll go ahead and take Yanez decision. But I do think this is a mismatch with the boxing. Now, Tony Kelley, if he keeps a really high output, again, attacks the shit out of that lead leg, this thing could be close. But I think those big moments, that 1-2 coming down the pipe for Yanez is just going to steal this thing, man. I think he gets all 3 rounds, and I think he looks damn good doing it. Yanez, you know, I'm a little hyped on AJ, I got to say.
I like him too, bro. He's a well-liked dude, good personality, great style, fan-friendly. That's what you want in the bantamweight division. Now, as far as the lines, my bookie has him at -290 as the favorite. Tony Kelley, the +230 underdog. I'm going to say fight goes distance here. So the over 2.5 will be sitting around -115. But if you can touch the over 1.5 at -200, I don't think that's a terrible idea either. Now looking towards Yanez by a decision, +185. The prop I don't love. I'm confident in Yanez to win. I think he's the parlay piece, something you can do there. I feel like he's something to add in. If you're going heavy on a money line attack, Yanez could be your guy for it. But it's definitely not an easy matchup against Tony Kelley.
It's not, but you know, if you guys don't like that, maybe think about a parlay or something like that. But I would, my advice is that this is one of the better picks on the card, and you guys will see towards the end once we start talking about him. I'll bring it up again. I'm thinking that we haven't seen the best from Yanez yet, and that this matchup could bring, could get his hands going. AJ, I think he's confident letting his hands go in this fight. That's what you want to see coming into a fight as a confident fighter. Yanez is at maximum confidence right now.
Yeah, I agree. Especially win over Davey Grant. The last one was a fucking heavy hitter. I think Tony Kelley won't have near the success that Grant did. But I was impressed with the Kelley win over Randy Costa. I got to say, the way he beat up Costa and the way Costa gave Yanez a fight, MMA math doesn't work. But it's like, oh, shit, you can't sleep on Tony Kelley. I slept on him and lost money that night believing on the Randy Costa side. So I got to respect Tony Kelley.
Experience as a teacher. All right.
Yes,
all right.
Brother. Yes, it is, brother. Good
But
fight.
you're taking Yanez.
Yes. Still going Yanez. I believe in my guy. Come on now. We got to go Yanez. What are we doing here, brother? We got to go Yanez. Listen, it's time to jump up towards the main card. The main card coming at you guys. I am AJ. This is my guy, Mike. Finch. This is the Moneyline episode number 26. For those watching, smash the hell out of the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And don't forget to turn those post notifications on as well so you don't miss a video. Catch us live every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Mike Finch, you got something to say. What's up, my brother?
Start of the main card. I got to give you guys a shout out and thank everybody who got on MyBookie, went and opened their account. Guys, we've been, partnering up with MyBookie and definitely happy with that. We're, happy to have a sponsor for this podcast. It's badass. If you guys use promo code Moneyline, you'll get an extra 50% when you sign up. Do it. Good place to place your bets. That's where I usually bet anyway. Really cool that they end up coming on board. We're happy to have them as a sponsor. So big shout out to MyBookie. As we get into this main card here, wanted to give them a shout and give you guys an opportunity to get a little extra cash if you're making some bets.
Use code Moneyline. Let's go. First fight on the main card, Marquez versus Rodriguez. Julian Marquez is in for a fight against Gregory Rodriguez, who is a powerhouse. Now, what concerns me with Rodriguez is he just recently took a loss, and now he's quickly turning around, taking this fight on short notice. He's a fill-in. Julian Marquez is getting back into his groove. He had a layoff, and then he came back and looked really flat against Maki Pitolo. Granted, came back and win the fight. When Marquez is on his game, he can fight, man. His boxing's not bad. It's a terrible comparison, but I feel like his right hand is equivalent to like how Kelvin Gastelum's straight left is. I don't know if it's not like that close, but you can kind of see how he turns it. I think Marquez has an opportunity.
Punched me with that left hand. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying, right? So now flip it from the Marquez side, who's more of an orthodox fighter. I do think he's got a straight punch that could land. Rodriguez, he's very powerful. But sometimes that chin is there to be cracked. Jordan Williams did it on the Contender Series. I know he's had success in the UFC, and the chin has definitely looked better inside of the octagon. Styles make fights. Marquez is not bad on the ground at all. He does have a solid jiu-jitsu game, decent wrestling base. Rodriguez, I think, better pure jiu-jitsu of the two. Definitely more pure power punching of the two. But if I look towards who's more durable, I'm going Marquez. I feel like he's going to surprise people here. I'm going to go Julian Marquez to sleep Gregory Rodriguez. I'm a Gregory Rodriguez fan, but I think he's getting knocked out in this fight.
Look, Marquez was getting out-wrestled bad by Phil Hawes. Bad. He was getting taken down, dominated on the ground. And Rodriguez, when he gets on top of you, it's even worse. I think his jiu-jitsu is far better than considered to Phil Hawes, who Phil Hawes couldn't get him out of there. And that's why he ended up getting knocked out with that absurd head kick. Absurd. Dana White jumped through the damn ceiling. That was insane. It was one of the ugliest KOs I've ever seen. But Marquez was kind of taking an ass whooping before that. And, I wanted to give him his due, so I did my extra research, and I listened to Marquez. He's dumb. He's a dumb dude. I don't think his fight IQ is very good. I don't think his IQ is very good. I don't like his style. What else could I shit on? He did the Miley Cyrus call out, right? to go on a date with Miley Cyrus. And that was the most successful I think I've seen him be so far. I think Marquez is going to end up underneath in this fight, and then he's getting fucked up. I got Rodriguez with either a submission or a decision. I think that's tough to say. I'll go ahead and give Marquez a little more respect. AJ, you respect his ground game. I'll take your word for it. Decision. But AJ, Phil Hawes was getting those takedowns. If Rodriguez ends up on top of him, I don't think he's getting up and knocking Rodriguez out.
It's definitely, you could be right, bro. You could be right. You could be right. I want to look at the past three for our guy, Julian Marquez, Mike Finch's new favorite fighter, Julian Marquez. He said, I can't wait to see him fight.
Solid shit on him? Because I don't ever mean to do that, right? I got so much respect for anybody who goes and steps in the cage and risks their health and puts on a show for all of us. However, if we're talking about betting on fights, I'm not betting on Marquez, AJ.
Fair. Listen, he didn't look good against Pitolo, but he got a late finish. Beat Sam Alvey. You know what I'm saying? Prior to that, it was 2018. He lost a split to Di Chirico. And then before that, he did win by front choke against Darren Stewart, who turned out to be an okay fighter inside of the UFC. Nothing great. He's taken on Gregory Rodriguez. I'm very interested to see what happens here. I'm liking the dog side. I'm going to lean towards it. Looking at the odds of this matchup, Marquez is that juicy plus money. He's plus 150. Gregory Rodriguez minus 180. It's not an extremely wide line, but I do think Marquez has a legit chance for an upset. I'm feeling it for some reason. I'm thinking it's a straight shot. Marquez by KO is the official pick. That's plus 400 as far as the prop. Mike, you leaning towards Rodriguez decisions or submission? What are you thinking, brother?
Yeah, I think there's a submission threat here, but I do think it's going to be him dominating from the top position. I liked how he's been looking recently. I'm gonna go with Rodriguez decision. Hilarious, Josh Reeves. Mike Finch be using Marquez SAT scores against him. For the record, I don't actually have his SAT scores, but anybody who listens to his pre-fight interview here when he was doing the press conference, I have heard more, like compare it to like Josh Emmett in the main event, right? Josh Emmett sounds like a CEO of a company. When you hear him talk, you're like, this guy's really smart. Not quite the vibe I got from Marquez.
Fair point. You got to link me that interview, bro. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Let's go. Now, looking at the decision, because that's where you're going to lean towards, is plus 300. Also, Rodriguez to win by sub, plus 375. So not fantastic plus money on that sub. Is not much more than the decision line. Marquez, the underdog, plus 150. My pick. Might go with a quality favorite, though. Gregory Rodriguez, minus 180, who's definitely a monster. And I'm excited to see what happens with this matchup. Good one to start it off. This next one. Mike, this next one. Damir Ismagulov versus Garam Kudalidze.
Good fight. Good fight.
Clap it up. Clap up the matchmaking. Throwing legit future contenders at one another right now. Yeah. Enough of this shit. We're not playing around. This is the UFC. St. Boxing. We ain't waiting until they're both holding the XLBA title and the WCBYA title. You know what I'm saying? No alphabet soup out here. We're going to the fight right away. We're going into the fire. I'll tell you this. I think Garam's a problem for Ismagulov. His durability, solid, but also the gas tank, the stamina. Ismagulov looked tired late in that Alves fight. Now, he's a beast. He's got quality striking, ground game, heavy on top, good takedowns. Garam Kudalidze is pretty good at scrambling. I mean, he trains with Khamzat Chimaev. You have to be good at scrambling because he's going to take you down a lot. I think Kudalidze also has a speed advantage with the boxing. I'm going to lean towards Garam for the win, actually, and beating Damir Ismagulov. I'm going to say it's by decision, too. It's a matchup I cannot wait for. Two legit prospects in this division. Like lightweight, right outside of the rankings, I think both these guys are serious.
I agree, and I like your point about how, Garam trains with Khamzat Chimaev, so he's seeing that high-level wrestling very often, but Gamrot was taking him down at will, AJ, so I have to go.
He scrambled.
I have to go based off of what I saw, and what I saw was that he might get taken down here by Ismagulov, and on the feet, Damir Ismagulov striking is special, AJ. He spins well. I love the level changes. He embodies the way I always try to spar and fight, which is like being dynamic. You never want the person to know what you're going to hit them with next. And Ismagulov is a shining example of that goal, right? He can spin, he can jump. He'll show you the right hand, end up spinning with his kick around the other side. You are always being set up by him on the feet. And while you're doing all that math and trying to figure that shit out, he double legs you and takes you down. And like you said, it's like a car's on top of you, man. He's parked on top. I think he's going to be the better MMA fighter here. The way Gamrot was taking down Garam now, I don't think Ismagulov is as good of a wrestler as Gamrot is, but I see the threat of the striking setting up those takedowns. 18-fight win streak for Ismagulov, huh? 18-fight win streak. Damn, that's nice. 8-fight, streak for Garam. So these guys are both on fire. I'm taking the other side, AJ. I'm going Ismagulov decision. Good fight. Love the matchup.
Listen. One concern, though. Someone just brought it to my attention. Last weigh-in. What did Damir weigh in at? Damir Ismagulov, they said he weighed 155.5. Somebody's saying he missed weight. Did he miss weight recently? Ignore the comments, man. I don't know where I'm seeing a guy saying he missed weight.
Not to my knowledge.
Right. No, he may. I think he may weight because it says he was on weight 155.5 last time. I ignore that.
You get a 1 pound allowance, ladies and gentlemen.
I got trolled, brother. I got trolled. Let's look at the lines between these two. Garam is a dog, plus 135. Minus 165, the favorite is Ismagulov at my bookie. If you're looking to play, something, you'll throw it down. Use code Moneyline. Show some love to the channel. Looking at over 2.5, Mike, yes or no?
I think so, man. I think, Ismagulov, as good as he is, he kind of likes to go to the decisions, and it's a tough customer in front of him, man. I think he's going to look good on the feet. I think he's going to hit those takedowns, but I think this goes all 3.
Over 2.5 minus
Yeah.
225. I like that a lot. I actually am very confident in that over under. You might hear it in the $100 parlay section. Maybe I don't want to give too many things away, but it's something we'll be talking about. Ismagulov decision, the Finch band side plus 140, Dolidze decision, my side plus 275. If you are going Garam, I think Moneyline's not bad either at plus 135. That over 2.5, extreme confidence. It's definitely a fight. Garam could lose it. I am going the dog, but it's live action. Very interesting matchup. One that I'm excited to see. I'm ready to see these guys get towards the rankings. The winner is going to be towards it, man. But I'm going with the Khamzat Chimaev, brother. Kutadze for the victory, my man. I have to, brother. I have to.
AJ doesn't just like Khamzat. He's fucking with the whole team. Is AJ's backing. All right, AJ, we see you. We'll check it out on Saturday.
Let's go. Let's jump to the next matchup. Joaquin Buckley versus Albert Duraev. Mike, I'll let you break this one down to start it off. Give us. Am I going to
disappoint you again, AJ? All right, look, I think Buckley's dangerous, man. I think Buckley's explosive. Buckley's got a lot of problems that he presents in that cage. He had one of the craziest KOs I've ever seen, man. Buckley's like, far more dangerous on the feet. And I got to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the striking of Duraev. However, when Duraev gets on top of people, he's pretty good at picking up those ankles, which is how Buckley's going to want to stand up, right? He's going to try to post. He's going to try to stand up that way. Putting Buckley on his back, I think that's a great way to get that W, man. It just kind of makes sense matchup-wise. I like Duraev here. I think he's going to get it done, AJ. I think that the striking is going to be a problem. I think Duraev is vulnerable on the feet. It's important to say that. However, Buckley is not a boxer. Buckley really likes to let his legs go. When you kick strikers, you ask Rampage Jackson, Rampage, why did Joe Rogan shit on you for years about the way you don't throw kicks? It's because wrestlers can catch kicks and use them to take you down. I think that's exactly the recipe here. I've got Duraev taking a decision.
Duraev ain't no Chimaev. I'm going Joaquin Buckley by knockout, upset. I think he's going to put Duraev down. He's going to put him unconscious, and I think his boxing is going to impress a little bit here. Now, Duraev is like very Khamzat light, right? Like he decent grappling, doesn't bring the same stand-up level, hittable and hurtable. If he gets on top of Buckley probably is in trouble. I mean, I'm not high on Buckley's, offensive jiu-jitsu from the bottom, but he is really athletic. And I think he can avoid takedowns. Bigger cage, too. So this is going to be something that's interesting to me. Do I see Duraev double legging him in the center of the octagon? Probably not. Now, something you noted that I do like, Mike, is the kicks. If Buckley's going kick heavy, Duraev has a legitimate chance to catch one and then put Buckley on his back. But let's say he goes more boxing based, finds a way to crack that chin. I think he could definitely hurt Albert Duraev. We've seen him put down. I think he's going to get put out here. I'm going to go Joaquin Buckley to win by knockout.
Woo!
Let's go. I got 3 back-to-back underdogs.
Oh shit, dude.
Man.
Let's go.
Man,
I want to see how many KOs does Buckley have?
Let's see.
Buckley a KO guy. Let me look.
I mean, he is the KO of the year winner.
That's true. Split decision in the last one. Yeah, all right. He's got some nasty KOs. He does it with his legs. I don't like that.
The Ahoyo fight, though, he landed the hands, though. He let the punches. And same with the Jordan Wright matchup. Granted, I'm not saying
Jordan Wright, AJ.
He's Jordan Wright, the Beverly Hills Ninja, buddy.
Come on, dog.
He's teaching kung fu to the kids out there, man. He'll get you right. He'll get your kids.
There are no ninjas in Beverly Hills, ladies and gentlemen. None.
I think there's one, bro. I think there's one. Jordan Wright.
Yuri Prohaska visits. That's it.
You're right. That's samurai shit, though. That ain't even ninja, bro. That's samurai.
Hey, I like it. I'm a fan. I don't know about the haircut, but I'm a fan.
Listen, bro, I want to see you grow that one out, man. Let's look at the lines here. Plus 200, plus 195 for Buckley. Duraev minus 235 is the favorite. So looking towards the props here, over a round and a half, minus 145. Maybe not a bad bet. Win by knockout for Buckley, which is my side. I am going to put it at it's plus 275, upwards of plus 325. Duraev by a decision, plus 250. Do you like the betting on Duraev, Mike?
It's not my favorite bet on this card, but it's a part of the top half favorites. Yes, I would definitely not tell somebody who's saying they're going to bet on Duraev that they're wrong. Okay. That's reasonable. I think there's a reasonable assessment here to say that Duraev's wrestling is significantly better and that he will get a hold of Buckley, who is not a great wrestler, and be able to dictate where the fight takes place.
This is good. The Beverly Hills Ninja, the movie. Chris
Farley.
Farley's the only one. Rest in peace to the GOAT. Holy
Solid.
shit. That's great.
Solid.
That's great. Let's keep running up, bro, because we got the featured bout of the night to talk about. It's the Dirty Bird, Tim Means versus Kevin Holland, bro. Have you seen Kevin Holland's Instagram post? He's choking out this like dirty big bird costume.
I did not. I'll check it out, though.
Yeah, it's good shit. Listen, it's a fight. Kevin Holland decided I'm going to do 170. And I think he's going to have a fair bit of success, especially these unranked guys. I feel like his boxing's better than Means. From distance, he's going to be a problem. Means also is chokeable with that front headlock position. Kind of ducks a little bit in there, tends to get caught in those, has a couple losses by guillotine. I feel like Tim Means could get touched up on the feet, get hurt here, look to wrestle, and then I think that's where Kevin Holland could potentially club and sub him. I'm actually leaning Holland by submission, crazy enough, bro.
You crazy. You crazy for that one,
bro.
AJ.
I am crazy, brother. Brother, I'm crazy, brother.
I like Holland in this fight. I did get in a debate with Kevin El-Basri, who's been in the comments here. I trained him today, and he's telling me, no, I'm wrong. Tim Means is a much better mixed martial artist, much more dynamic, much more reliable. I just think Holland's faster. I think he's going to hit him with that 1-2. I do think Holland's going to land on him. I got a totally different method, though, AJ. I don't think he gets it done on the ground. I think Holland lands that punch to his face, lets him back up, or keeps going with the ground and pound. It is hard to finish Tim Means. I mean, look at his record here. Decision. I mean, there's a lot of times where he does go all the rounds. So you could see this thing going all the way through. If anybody is going to finish Tim Means, I think it's this fight. I think it's Kevin Holland. So I would almost caution people when they're betting on him to just go money line or decision or something like that. For some reason, I got an inkling Holland's going to knock his ass out, man. I got to go with my gut on this one. Kevin Holland, one punch knockout.
One punch knockout, brother. He's gonna strangle this chicken, brother. He's gonna strangle this guy. I think that he's gonna. I think he might club and sub him. Club and sub would be my method if he does submit him. But I definitely could see the knockout. I got Holland too, -280 money line, so he's super wide. Tim Means is +220 as the underdog. Let's look towards some potential props here now. Looking at Holland to win by decision, Mike Finch said +150. It's not impossible, but inside of the distance, I think is more likely +115. That's okay. Not a great tag. Upwards of +135. Trying to see that. Holland by subline +600. Holland by KO TKO +200. I like money line. I do. I like money line more, and I'm with you, Mike. I think that's the better way to play this matchup. Money line it up.
All right, our guy Justin Villegas is talking shit about Midwest fighters. AJ, we gotta Midwest fighters out of here. What are you talking about, bro? First off, Midwest hillbilly movement, my brother. Hillbillies live in the South, all right? We're up north, all right? You ever heard of the Civil War, right? We were wearing the blue. We had General Grant. You guys had General Lee down there. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is not, he may be a hillbilly, but don't be talking shit about Midwest guys. You guys know I'm from Chicago, right? I got to represent. Just because Clay Guida is a wild man, does not mean that everybody from the Midwest is a hillbilly. I do think that, a lot of Midwest fighters generally bring like grappling, wrestling. We have a lot of great wrestlers who come from the Midwest. So, but hillbilly, get out of here with that shit, Justin.
Oh, this is a good one right here. Last loss by finish of Means was against Cowboy Oliveira. He got choked out. Interesting note.
Yeah, guillotined?
I believe rear naked choke second round for my guy right here. And I
trust. He got guillotined by Daniel Rodriguez.
Yes, Rodriguez guillotined.
Means that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, could be possible. I mean, club and sub. I didn't tell you were crazy. No. I just said I'm going the other way. I'm going
fair. Let's go, brother. I like money line. Let's get it. Big fights on the horizon this weekend. UFC Austin's coming in with a banger. Thank God we're not at the Apex. Let's get to the co-main event. Cowboy Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. Mike, we broke this one down before the 274 card, and we had a cancellation the day of the fight. Mike, I want to get your take once again on this matchup and see where you're leaning officially.
I mean, circumstances have changed. You guys know that I was big on Joe Lauzon on the first one. You know, I just think that Donald Cerrone is in a spot in his career where, you know, the worst things about Donald, which are the mental head case stuff with the performances and all that, are coming to him. And then let's compound this. So I was saying Joe Lauzon, and I was big on Joe Lauzon before Cerrone pulled out for having vertigo and food poisoning, whatever he was saying, you know. So now that Cerrone actually pulled out of the fight and rescheduled it here, and now I learned Cerrone's been shooting a movie in Thailand. I mean, how much good quality training has he got? And he looks in shape, but is he really taking it that seriously? I'll tell you who is taking it seriously. Joe Lauzon said he cried when he heard that matchup got canceled. Joe Lauzon wants this. Joe Lauzon sees the path to domination here. I think it's crazy that the lines for this time, AJ, are wider than they were the first time. Huh? Cerrone pulls out, they rematch, they reschedule it, and now the lines are wider. I don't see what a lot of you guys are seeing. I see Cerrone as a cooked, I want to be respectful to Donald Cerrone. You got to show big respect for an MMA veteran like this. But if he's going to go film movies in Thailand instead of, get back to, I think he's best at Albuquerque. I think he's best when he's at Jackson Wink. But even back over at his ranch doing his thing, Joe Lauzon has taken it seriously. Joe Lauzon is coming for this victory. I am very confident in Joe Lauzon in this fight. I do think he gets it done via submission or like a TKO on the ground. I think he's going to finish Cowboy Cerrone. I wouldn't be surprised submission or TKO, to be honest. I said submission the first time. I'm going to switch that up. I think he's going to hurt Cerrone. I do think his hands are much better than Donald Cerrone's. His wrestling should be a little better. And when he's on top of you, his jiu-jitsu is nasty, man. I got J-Lo all day.
I'm going with J-Lo too, bro. I'm doing it. I'm going on that side. I've been all week. I said, listen, I feel like you brought up really good points when we broke this fight down, and you were having me on the fence last time when we did it initially, and then Cowboy pulls out, and I said, oh shit, Mike's right. He's not there. He's not there. Cowboy Cerrone's going to get knocked. He's going to get knocked out. He's getting slept in the first round. I think people are expecting him to look better at 55. I'll tell you this, the body, as it gets older, doesn't respond better to big weight cuts. I think Cowboy Cerrone is probably getting beaten worse. You look at the Alex Morono fight, how he went down. I'm seeing a similar path to victory with Joe Lauzon punching his face off. Cerrone's head movement has never been great, but it's gotten worse, man. He's stiff as a board standing up. I really believe that he's past the prime. If you told me he's fighting Diego Sanchez at 170, I'm probably picking Diego Sanchez right now. I'm going Joe Lauzon for the win, brother. I'm going Joe Lauzon. I don't think Cerrone is responding at all anymore. I think he's just lost a step, and he's a legend of the game. I got a lot of love for Cerrone. It's just times pass, man, and we keep it real as we break the fights down. It's no disrespect to the GOAT. I mean, the GOAT, I can't call him the GOAT, but one of the greats, a legendary fighter. He's a goated human being, but he's going to lose the fight to Joe Lauzon by knockout. Probably in the first.
When his head's not right, he gets out of there in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see Cerrone confident. You want to see Cerrone come in there and let his legs go and do his thing, man. Cerrone's got some epic head kick KOs. I do think he still has those tools, those techniques. But again, if he's shooting a movie while during training camp, I can't take that shit seriously, man. I cannot. So the fact that the line's wider this time is bananas.
Yeah, that red flag is real, my brother. Real shit. We got some Cerrone belief is here, though, man. Cerrone by knockout. We got another Cerrone by knockout.
Don't put too much money out of Andy. Be careful out there, bro.
Be careful, brother. Be careful. First time in. What's up? AJ and Finch was finally able to make it in. Well, we appreciate you being here for the live.
Chicago brethren. What's up, bro? What's up? Now, I moved to Huntington Beach. I can't take those winners, my brother. You guys freeze your ass off up there. Have fun with that shit. However, that's where I'm from, my brother.
Let's go, Mike. I like it. We're on the same side with this Lauzon Cerrone play.
We brought you over, AJ.
We brought I've been over.
To the Joe Lauzon
I've been over all week, though. I've been over all week. I can't give you too much credit now, my brother. I've been over all week. I knew after this fight was rescheduled. I said to myself, I'm probably going Lauzon.
That's not good.
Was even reassured by just listening to Cerrone. He ain't there anymore. I'm going Lauzon. It's Lauzon. Love Cerrone. Much love, my brother. If he's watching, shout out to Cowboy for being a legend. But Joe Lauzon, Massachusetts guy. I'm just coming back from Massachusetts, little vacation to visit the family. Mass all day. Win by KO. Joe Lauzon. Let's look at the odds. -155 for Cowboy. My bookie has it at -165. Joe Lauzon +135 as the underdog. Now looking towards maybe playing a bet here, I'm thinking under 2.5 rounds. I'm seeing a finish. That's -150. Looking at Lauzon to win by KO plus 350, or even Lauzon inside of the distance plus 245. It's Lauzon for the win. Money line it up. I think that's your best way. He's already plus money. If you want to play an inside the distance or a knockout prop, I do also think you could cash. Joe Lauzon is getting his hand raised, and he's sleeping the OG Cowboy Cerrone here.
There it is, guys. I do think, I always recommend Moneyline, but as far as a finish goes, I gotta say I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit confident in a finish in this one, man. Cerrone is a guy you can get out of there when you blast him with a big shot. When Cerrone went in there to fight Conor McGregor, you have to question how much Cerrone believed in himself in that fight. I'm not saying he took a paycheck, but what I am saying is that if you blast him with some big shots in the first round, show him adversity right away. That's a problem. And guess what? Joe Lauzon starts fast. You got a fast starter against a slow starter. This shit looks like a first round finish to me.
I love it. I love it. Let's keep running up the card. Let's get to the main event of the evening. It is Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. Guys, smash the like button. If you're enjoying the content, make sure that you subscribe as well and turn those post notifications on. Moneyline live every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And we got a fun main event to talk about. Mike, I feel like I have a feeling that you're going against me here, brother.
Oh, shit.
You might be on the dark side of this one, but listen, bro, I stand with my guy, Calvin Kattar, for the win. I do believe he's a little bit quicker and a little bit slicker, but overall punching power, I am in agreement. Josh Emmett is the harder hitter. Definitely. Pure knockout power. Josh Emmett is one of the hardest hitters we've seen in the featherweight division.
Yes.
He has been hurt in a couple of fights. He has been knocked out before. Calvin Kattar is extremely durable. I have a hard time seeing Kattar getting put down. I have a harder time seeing Kattar even being finished. I feel like Calvin Kattar is made out of something else. He's a Massachusetts guy. These dudes tend to be able to take incredible amounts of damage. Shout out Mickey Ward, legendary boxer. They just take shots, bro. I don't know if it's those cold winters, like you said with Chicago. These guys from these cold places, man, in Dagestan, in the mountains, we got these savages all over. But
deal with adversity, all right?
They do. And I think Calvin Kattar is a little bit quicker, better counters, slicker shots, maybe. I think that the hook advantage, that sounds fucking weird. But let's be honest, if you had to compare their hooks, I think Josh Emmett does have better hooks, more power for sure. Definitely can generate a lot more force. And he does close distance fairly well. He's a fucking explosive individual with a wrestling background. Don't sleep on Kattar's wrestling, though. He also is a wrestler, something to note. I feel like the performance against Chavez proved a lot for Kattar as well. His game's solid, man. He's evolving, and he can outstrike an elite level striker. I think he can fight well here against Josh Emmett, and I do think he's going to sleep Josh in the second or third, maybe the fourth. So I like second to fourth round knockout. I'm favoring the Kattar side for the win. Mike, give us your breakdown.
Look, Calvin Kattar's wrestling is really important here because he's going to need it offensively, but especially wants to have it defensively. If he ends up underneath Josh Emmett will drop some bombs on you and get you out of there. Josh Emmett's super, super dangerous. Calvin Kattar really showed us his offensive wrestling against my neighbor, my Huntington Beach neighbor, Giga Chikadze, and, was able to really, really tire Giga out on the mat. Is he going to be able to do that against Josh Emmett? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Josh Emmett's going to be there all five, despite that real short, stocky build that he's got. You would think that that's more of a sprinter body type and that he'll tire out. Josh Emmett's patient, AJ. If you guys pay attention to when Josh Emmett is striking with people too, he doesn't waste a lot of energy. He doesn't waste a lot of shots. He's pretty accurate. And when he hits you, holy shit, man, can he pack a punch? I was really impressed with Emmett's fight with Shane Burgos. I'm going to have Shane Burgos on my show next week, and Shane's the man and was putting a lot of pressure on Emmett, but Emmett bit down on his mouthpiece, was able to edge Shane Burgos in that one. It's kind of a similar matchup with Calvin Kattar. Calvin Kattar presses forward with the boxing, and it's going to be a hell of a fight. I do think that most people are underestimating Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett talks about all the time, I knock out pro boxers in sparring, and look at what he's done. He's got a KO with a jab, right? Just a couple fights ago. So, the guy can definitely pack a punch. He's hard to get to, too. Actually pretty elusive, does move side to side, only moves his head a little bit, but what's the difference between missing a punch by a centimeter and by a mile? You didn't get hit. He's right in there. Boom, he responds with big shots. When Calvin Kattar's coming towards him, Calvin might be getting countered in this fight. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two match up. I am not going against you, though, AJ. I think this is a fight of the night type fight, but to me, it's still got to lean with the 5'11" Calvin Kattar against the 5'6" Josh Emmett, a Calvin Kattar who's been 5 rounds, a Calvin Kattar who's gone through the grinder, really kind of showing us, I think, his prime now after that Max Holloway fight, after some of the losses he's had, which, by the way, are to A+ level competition. I love this matchup. I think this is fight of the night. My PSA for everybody, I would say keep your money in your pocket. There are so many good bets on this card. Why are you going to risk it with a powerhouse like Josh Emmett on one side and just a phenomenal talent? You know, great wrestling, great boxing, all the good things you could say about Calvin Kattar. Toughness. Both of these guys are as tough as they come, AJ. I'm going to double up with AJ. I'm going to go with Calvin Kattar. But damn, this is going to be a fight.
Listen, Mike, I'm not underestimating Emmett, but I think that Calvin Kattar is even better than expected. He's going to knock Josh Emmett out. I'm confident in it, Mike. I'm extremely confident in this. Now, looking at the odds, I'm going to give you the money line. -235 for Calvin Kattar. Josh Emmett +195. The knockout side for Kattar, which I really am feeling, bro. I'm not just trying to hype it up. I seriously have a very good feeling about it. +245. Calvin Kattar, to me, is a quality pick. I think it's a fantastic knockout prop there. It's one I will be willing to touch. I'm not going to go nuts with it, but I'm going to be willing to touch it. I think Kattar's going to get the hand raised. I think he's a solid money line bet if you're looking to attack the main event. And you want to sweat a bit. You want to feel that fear. But my best success betting is the scariest matchups. And I think this is one of them. I'm going Calvin Kattar by KO. I'm glad we're on the same side, though. I was thinking you might be picking Josh Emmett by knockout.
I mean, 5'11" versus 5'6", you know, it's got to favor Kattar, just because of some of the physicality things too, you know, and especially because Kattar's got that experience now. I see what people are saying, like Liddell Taylor here, Kattar easy money. Like, this is what people have been saying. Mismatch, you know, this is such bullshit. I think you guys are underestimating Emmett. I think we're in for a dog fight.
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Let's go. Great main event, Mike. You know what time it is, though. We got to get into the lock of the night segment. Lock of the night from myself and Mike Finch, brought to you by MyBookie. Use promo code Moneyline to get 50% match up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Much love to MyBookie. Show them some love, guys. If you're looking to play, definitely hit them up. Promo code Moneyline. You see it right in that top corner. Also have the promo code written down in the description. Mike, lock of the night. I definitely think we're going to have different ones. So I do want you to go first, though, because I'm curious where you're going.
It's tough for me. You know, I got a couple fights I really like on this card. You know, from top to bottom, it's a fun one. There's a lot of fun fights on this card, and then there are a couple I think we're going to see some people smish. I've got to keep with my lock of the night that I had last time. I mean, last time I told you guys Joe Lauzon's going to be taking out Cowboy Cerrone. That was before Cerrone pulled out, before he went to shoot a movie in Thailand. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Lauzon with the underdog money. I'm going to take a stab at it, guys. I'm going to go with Joe Lauzon, money line it if you want to play it safe, although I think he's getting him out of there in the first round. Cowboy, prove me wrong. I love you, Cowboy. We got so much respect for you, but my lock of the night, I'm going Joe Lauzon all day.
Let's go. Joe Lauzon, Mike's lock of the night. You get him plus money as well. He's sitting at +135 over at MyBookie. If you're looking to play it, definitely do so. Now, let's talk my lock, because, Mike, I'm with you, though, on the mass hole side. I'm going with Calvin Kattar, another Massachusetts guy, -235 favorite. I think he's a lock, and I think he's going to get it done impressively over Josh Emmett. It's a damn great fight, and I think we got some quality locks, and I'm interested to see what this $100 parlay segment has for both of us, Mike. Let's see where we're at.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
The newest segment on the money line is the $100 parlay. Mike and I will drop both of ours. You can definitely play it yourselves if you're interested, and you see the promo code right in that top corner, money line. Conor McGregor down at the bottom as well. Graphic looks sweet. Shout out to Kusha, the graphic designer of the show, my dude. Mike, I'm thinking the mass hole parlay might be the way to go. Joe Lauzon, Calvin Kattar, two Massachusetts guy. I'm going the mass hole parlay as maybe my favorite of the week now, especially that you're going Lauzon as your lock. Match my lock with Mike's lock, and you're getting some great plus money. Let me list it off for you. Kattar, minus 230, around that range. Lauzon around plus 140, plus 135. You're looking around the range of plus 220, upwards of plus 250 for this parlay. So I don't think it's a bad idea. That plus 200 money, it's not bonkers, it's not crazy, but it's a quality one. I do want to also list you what I'm going to call my safer play. There's no such thing as a safe play, but a safer play. I'm going to keep with my guns of Calvin Kattar. I'm going to add in Kevin Holland to the mix. And I'm also going to have Damir Ismagulov and Garam Kudalidze over 2.5 rounds, plus 175, around that range for that one. If you're not feeling Kevin Holland, you could always remove him and just rock it at near plus 100 money for Kattar. And then the over 2.5 is Ismagulov and Garam. But that's no fun. Let's add in Lauzon too and find out. You got the mass hole parlay plus some prospects coming up in the lightweight division, plus 380. So definitely something to potentially play. It'd be Calvin Kattar, Joe Lauzon. That's my favorite of, the mass hole parlay. And then you could also add in the over 2.5 for Garam Kudalidze and Damir Ismagulov. Then there's also, Kevin Holland, potentially somebody you can add into if you want to go nuts, plus 562. I do have some wild ass parlays I did on this week's Best MMA Bets. If you want to check out that video and just go towards the parlay section and look at some of my other plays, because I have some crazy ones. But these are ones that I'm feeling solid about live now. Mike, give us yours.
Hey, I think it was the New England Cartel, isn't that what Calvin Kattar called it?
Yep.
There you go. My parlay. Let's go 3 fights, guys. I like Ramos with that submission. I think he's getting it. Just money line all 3 of these, though, guys. So Ramos with a money line. Yanez. I think Yanez is going to let those hands go. I do like him in this matchup, man. I think he's going to go ahead and get that win. Is it a knockout? Is it a decision? Just money line it. And then you guys already know my lock of the night. Joe Lauzon coming through, getting the job done as an underdog against Cowboy Cerrone. I got to take a stab at it. So I got Joe Lauzon, Ricardo Ramos, Yanez, Adrian Yanez, and I think that those 3 I'm happy about. I like that parlay. That's beautiful to me. So
plus 335. That's a good play. Plus 335, brother.
We're getting good odds on some pretty favorable matchups, I think, here. Now, you guys always know I preface it. You got to make your own decisions. You guys got to be smart with your money. I'm betting this, and the money will be going into my bookie account. I'll be checking those parlays and getting everything lit up this weekend. I'm confident on those. Let's
go, my brother. Now, I like this comment a lot. Any AJ DeVito pick is a lock. No need to research. Just
exactly.
Let's go. Much love to Josh Reeves. That's a 10 out of 10 comment, man.
Oh my God.
Let's go. Mike, it's been a blast of a show. I guess we got to shout out MyBookie one last time. Use promo code Moneyline. The show is brought to you by MyBookie. So definitely check them out. Much love, Mike. We had a great fucking show tonight. A lot of agreement on the picks. 1 or 2 disagreements, I guess maybe 3, some dog attack disagreements. But overall, I think we have a fantastic card in store. Guys, if you're watching and you're enjoying, smash the hell out of the like button. Show some love to Mike and I. We'll be killing it each and every week. This is only the 26th episode, road to 1,000. We're going to be running the fight game here very soon. Mike, any final words?
My final words are big shout out to Adam Piccolotti. Big shout out for him coming on. We really appreciate it. Outstanding Bellator fighter. He's going to be in a huge fight coming up here. So make sure to show him some love for sure. We got some fun guests coming up. We got some stuff cooking, guys. Stay tuned to Moneyline. We will see you here every Thursday. And for those of you who remember last Moneyline show, we were talking about that Peruvian necktie. I strangled our producer, Billy, and I put it out for you guys. I'll throw it up on YouTube since that's where you guys are all coming from, but it's on every other social media platform. Check out how to do a Peruvian necktie. And that was for you, AJ. So guys, fun show. Thanks. Good to be here.
Hell yeah. Much love, Mike. Much love to everybody watching. We really appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody watching live. Shout out to everybody watching on replay as well. Love you all. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and turn on those post notifications too. Let us know in the comments what you think. What do you think about the picks? Drop a W in the chat if you have anything to say and you just want to boost that algorithm for us. Much love, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace, everybody.